Our church is located in a unique spot where traditional evangelism just is good, but there are other ways that we can reach people. And we were looking at that and just trying to decide, well, what can we do that will have the most impact? What we voted to do was to look into the possibility of doing different kind of programs that aren't in the traditional manner of evangelism. And got a phone call from one of the outreach directors of Harbor House of Central Florida, which is a domestic violence shelter and outreach program to assist people who are dealing with domestic violence in the home. They had a grant that they had received from a philanthropic organization that to develop a program to end domestic violence, and they had decided after much research and study that they were going to pick a community in the Orange County, Central Florida area to devise a program to end domestic violence. I said, well, let me tell you what it is we're interested in being involved in as a church and what we wanted to do. And I began mentioning to her those things, and she looked at me and she said, well, you know, all of the programs that you want to do, we have the funding to help make that happen. And I said to myself that is an answer to prayer from God, because I had just been concerned about how am I going to get the money to do these things. Here, the Lord answered my prayer through Harbor House of Central Florida. And so from that point on, we became involved, and Harbor House has helped us with a number of the programs and inspired us to do other things. And that's how we got started. One of the things, ministries we're involved in is with Second Harvest Food Bank, which is a centralized food distribution service for those that are in need. And our church is a distribution center, a recognized distribution center for that ministry. And we have every Friday from 9 to 12, rain or shine, we're there. And we have people lining up outside the community service building waiting to be ministered to. About 380 people come. We center a lot of our outreaches on that day because that's when we have the biggest response from the community. One of the ministries we're also involved in is a community service clothing distribution center. We have a well-stocked clothing center that people come every Friday looking for assistance in those areas. We're having English classes. We've had those for several years now. The predominant language of the participants is Spanish, but we've had others from other parts of the world come as well, and they learn conversational English. We have Christian books, Adventist literature, Bible studies that are available. We found out that there is a service in our area, a paper recycling program, where the church collects magazines, papers, junk mail, cardboard boxes, and we collect those, put them in a receptacle, and a company comes and picks those up and then pays us for the scrap paper. We use that money to further our outreach of assistance to those residents in our area. We're doing health fairs, domestic violence awareness seminars, CPR classes, Thanksgiving dinners to the community, flea market ministry, which is now developed into Bible studies there at the church itself, first responders appreciation Sabbaths, career counseling and resume clinics, everyone's birthday parties, text messaging ministries, crisis helpline training and outreach, wedding planning ministries, regeneration ministries for addictions, and the Bloodmobile drives. We are reaching out and touching people's lives and helping them in ways that they need help in, rather than develop a program that they fit. We try to develop a program that fits them. I was invited to be on the Orange County Domestic Violence Task Force, which meets once a month with some of the shakers and movers in the communities. And so I'm able to tell them, not only verbally, but they have published it in this resource guide, what the South Orlando Seventh-day Adventist Church is offering to people who are dealing with domestic violence in other areas of their lives where they need assistance. I go back and I think about that meeting, just before that meeting with the Harbor House at the church office, and I was wondering, Lord, how am I going to get the money to do what I need to do? what we're voting and what we're contemplating being involved in. And I see you have nothing to worry about. The Lord will provide. When He opens the door, He provides the resources for you to be able to accomplish it.